There's a financial instrument older than the country you live in, built by men who were legally forbidden from doing the one thing every banker on the planet does to make money: charge interest. Islamic law banned riba, interest on the loan. No loopholes, no workaround merchants could talk their way into, no side deal a judge would let slide. A lender in Baghdad hands over 100 dinars, he cannot legally ask for 110 back. That's the foundation modern banking runs on, deleted by law before the system even had a chance to build itself the normal way. Cut a system off from the easiest form of profit on earth, and you'd expect it to stall out, stay small, stay local. This one didn't. Instead, it produced financial tools merchants would still recognize today, centuries before Europe had any version of its own. Which tools and how is the actual story.
Picture the problem first. You're a merchant in Baghdad. You need to pay someone in Cairo, 1,300 kilometers away, across open desert, past bandits who know exactly what a loaded caravan looks like. Caravans got robbed often enough that carrying silver was its own kind of tax. You could load it onto a camel and pray, or you could carry one folded piece of paper that means nothing to anyone who robs you and everything to the one banker in Cairo who agreed to honor it. That's the trade merchants were actually making, not interest for money, a fee for making risk disappear. Bankers in Baghdad and Basra built that fee into an instrument called the Suftaja, and from it the cheque and the letter of credit followed. These weren't men lending money from a market stall. They were professional bankers, the Jahbadh, trusted enough that governments used them to move tax revenue across provinces. A note, written in one city, cashed by a partner bank in another, worth nothing to a thief, worth everything to the person it names. Legal, profitable, and it forced every transaction to attach to something moving in the real world, goods, people, instead of money sitting still and multiplying itself. But the fee only explains how bankers got paid. It doesn't explain the bigger problem, how a stranger in Cairo agreed to hand over cash on the word of a stranger in Baghdad he'd never met and would never meet, with no way to check if the note was even real. That's the bigger reveal. This worked because reputation moved faster than money did, because merchants traded across political boundaries where government enforcement was slow, uncertain, or simply absent. Merchant letters preserved in Cairo's Geniza archive, 900 years of correspondence saved by accident in a synagogue attic, show traders tracking each other's reliability across 3 continents, with no court to sue in and no treaty to invoke. Reputation was the entire legal system. And Christian Europe built something similar 3 centuries later through Italian merchant houses that traded constantly with this world and had every reason to borrow what worked. So the real invention wasn't the piece of paper. It was proving that a system banned from the easiest kind of profit could build something harder to fake than gold. A promise a stranger would keep, backed by nothing but the fact that everyone was watching. Every cheque you've ever signed still runs on that same unenforceable promise. You've just never had to think about which empire engineered it first.
This is ScratchTheNomics.